Here at Political Drain, the Resistance Channel, we know that gardening is resistance. More than likely, there will come a time that resisting means cutting yourself off from the system, and knowing how to feed yourself and your community might be the difference between winning or losing this fight.
Hey everybody, I just wanted to make a quick video because winter is coming and there are some things you need to know about protecting your plants in the winter and about planning for spring. So let's look at that.
Let's talk a second about what we can do to protect our vegetables in the middle of the growing season of late autumn and early winter. Okay, this is frost cloth. It is huge. I know you can't really tell from here, but this thing can cover all the way down from the potatoes to the edge of the strawberries, but right now all we need covered are the things I have in here. My beans are okay. They don't need coverage. You can see they're very, very happy.
So like I said, winter is coming. So what are some of the things we can do to prepare for it? Well, like I already mentioned, there's frost cloth. What does frost cloth actually do? Well, it isn't so much necessarily the cold right away that will start killing your plants. It's if they get frost on them and that frost freezes. So that's your first hard frost. That's something that I talked about in my Getting Started series. So a little bit more detail here now for you. Frost is just that, the first time that the frost itself will freeze on plants. So the frost cloth basically keeps the frost off the plants, and it also keeps warmth from the soil inside a little bit better. Hard freeze is when the ground itself freezes, and frost cloth, the thicker stuff, can help. A really cool trick a lot of people do that I'm going to try this year is putting some incandescent Christmas lights. It has to be the incandescent, not LED. Because they do give off some warmth. So people will put them in amongst their plants, put the thicker frost cloth over, and it keeps their plants a little warmer for a little longer so they can harvest a little bit more. If you don't have frost cloth, you can use any cloth, really, temporarily at least, for frost. This is not necessarily going to work with hard freezes because, I mean, it's a freeze. The ground is freezing. But you can use a blanket, especially if it's a soft microfiber type of blanket that kind of sheds water off so it doesn't get through. Remember to be taking them off when the sun comes up each day so that your plants still get plenty of sunshine, and it will actually help to heat the soil.
Oh my gosh, it's actually warmer in here. I can feel a difference. Like, you know how that feeling when you walk into the greenhouse and right now it's just a little warmer than the rooms are? It's like that. That's so cool.
Another thing you can do is deeply watering your plants. Deep watering, as the water evaporates, it actually gives off some heat. So deep water, put on some frost cloth or a blanket, use stakes or hoops if you have them, or anything that you have on hand to keep your plants from being crushed. And that should help keep them going a little bit longer. Other things to do to prepare for winter. Get things covered. We use cardboard and the paper that comes in some of our bigger packages. We just lay it out over the beds. And why do we do that? Well, it actually will dissolve eventually and help turn into mulch that we can till under the next year. But I like it because weeds always start growing before anything else. And if it's still too cold out for me to be planting anything, and it's still too cold out for much to be coming up at all, I want to prevent those weeds from coming up. I usually take the cardboard off whatever's left, or till it under if it's gotten wet enough from snow, around the middle of March, maybe the beginning of March. Depends on when it starts really warming up. So these are some things for getting ready for winter. What about getting ready for spring? Find out in part 2.
Catch all this and more, including some upcoming AMAs and Q&As over on our Patreon. Help support the channel, help us grow, help us reach more people we can help. Follow us over on Patreon, and follow us here, as always. Subscribe, like, comment, share to Political Drain. Tomorrow we fight.
Hey YouTube! Want a rare glimpse into the kitchen life of the Soggy Boggy Witch? Although I said that my channel will not be about recipes or processes for canning, for our Patreon members, it is. So join us over on Patreon for a rare glimpse into the Soggy Boggy kitchen for some chaotic cooking as we can my amazing salsa verde.
I just had an idea. I don't know if it's gonna work, but I've mentioned before I've had some siphoning where the liquid comes out. I don't usually heat these guys up anymore right before canning. I used to. I bet you that's what I'm doing wrong. So I'm actually going to put these in the rack with the jars, and when I go to can, I'll just use my... Yeah, let's see if that helps.